Hello everybody and welcome to Reads. I'm of course your host, Ryan Reed. Come check us out at the Spider-Man Crawl Space at thespidermancrawlspace.com. Well, I've got two books here this week. Here, of course, I have the Superior Spider-Man Annual number 2, as well as Superior Foes of Spider-Man number 10. So let's get right into the annual, starting right with the pros. First of all, Crystal Gage hits the narrative on Ben Urich perfectly. I've always loved the character of Ben Urich, and I can remember him way back when I was first reading comics, back in pages of Daredevil and Spider-Man. It captures perfectly. I mean, some people always talk about the use of journalists these days in modern-day stories in either movies, TV shows, or in comics like this, and it gets it perfect. I mean, you really do feel sad for Ben, because I mean, he's lost his wife, he's dedicated his life to the truth and uncovering what's wrong and everything else, and see his nephew, who he's kind of seen as his own son, fall into this madness, whether it was the Goblin formula or whether it was his own doings or just mechanication. It's just very heartbreaking. I do have a little problems though going into the cons with it though, however, is with him figuring out how to make the Goblin formula when you've gotten everybody from Reed Richards to Peter Parker himself trying to figure out how to undo the effects of the Goblin formula about the insanity and chemical reactions, especially the latest versions here that are responsible for what happened to Carlie and everything with Menace. But it works pretty well as a story, and actually I enjoyed it quite a lot. So I'm actually gonna give that part of the story an A-. Unfortunately, going to the second part, which actually deals in with that and everything with Monster and everything else, is the storyline is just and I think the excuse that Wraith is basically letting the goblins fly is because she couldn't see them, because she uses the same technology that Utah created that was in all the spider bots that the Green Goblin made past, that nobody could see the Goblin. It's just ridiculous. Same thing about how the Avengers are getting done. I get they have this, the Goblin has several supervillains with all these different powers and everything, but like I said, it's very duh. And same thing with the way Captain America reacts about the heart center, I should say, and everything. It just, it's just a huge alienation. It just makes the Avengers and other heroes and other characters like morons, and it's really old, and that really drags the rest of the issue down. So that part gets me a C-. It's very important to the plot going into Superior 30 and the conclusion to Goblin Nation here next month, but it's really bad. So overall, I'm going to give that final grade for the annual actually a B-. That's all I can say with that. Going over to Superior Foes of number 10, which had a guest team with Asura and Malkins in it, I'm actually going to go right into the pros here. I actually do like the little bits with Overdrive and the parts with the team and everything else. It works storyline. I've actually always liked Overdrive as a character. I thought his powers were really unique, and I liked the little tie-in with Hercules about why he got the helmet and the costume and everything, why he's been more motivated right there with machines and everything. So I like that part. It's not bad, because I know they're going to get the rest of his origin next issue before they lead into Nick Spencer's conclusion of the series, going all the way until June here with issue 15. The artwork's actually really nice too. I actually think it flows very well and everything, but the main story itself is not up, and that's my biggest con there. Also, the scene between Janice and Matt Murdock in the courtroom and the looter, it's okay. I think a couple people said it really well, especially George here, about how it felt a little bit too much like the Daredevil movie with the whole little case at the beginning, and I kind of agree there too. I mean, I love seeing little things like this with other villains and all that, but I don't really see how this majorly tied in, besides a little bit more flushing of the characters of Janice as well as Speed Demon and some more Overdrive here and everything. So it's okay, but it's not the usual A+ here. But I'm going to give it a B+, because actually it's a really nice little setup and everything. So I actually enjoyed the story. The artwork's still good. It's still funny. It's still enjoyable. But it's not really Superior Foes that I'm really used to, and that just happens to be the guest teams here, and also trying to flush out with everything with Overdrive's origin. So on that note, I think I'm going to call it until next time, when we get ready for the big Pendulum chapter for Goblin Nation with issue 30 and leading up to the final issue in April. So on that note, everybody, I will see you on the crawl space.